Hello, welcome to Trump 47 Watch. Today's episode deals with the fact that earlier this week, the United States Senate passed its version of a $9 billion rescission bill, which President Trump introduced in order to claw back certain spending that had already been appropriated by the Congress. Today is July 18th, 2025. I'm Merrick Masters, professor of business emeritus, commentator, podcaster. You can find me at my YouTube channel, Merrick Masters. The Senate early Thursday passed 51 to 48, a $9 billion foreign aid and public media rescissions package, sending the spending cancellation sought by President Trump back to the House. The House is due to consider the measure today, Friday, and it will, if it approves it, enact major cuts in several programs. This forebodes the further use of this rescission power, which has been rarely used by presidents under the 1974 Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act. The Senate largely adopted the House bill, but restored $400 million in funding for an AIDS relief program. The House bill that passed earlier in June of this year included $9.4 million in cuts that cut such programs as the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which includes National Public Radio, or NPR. A lot of the cuts deal with foreign aid assistance. The rescission authority, as I mentioned, is derived from the Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act of 1974, which was passed by Congress in the last days of the Nixon administration to restrict the president's authority to impound funds, among other things. However, it included a provision that allows the president to transmit to Congress a request to rescind budget authority if he determines that all or part of any budget authority will not be required to carry out the full objectives or scope of programs for which it is provided, or that such a budget authority should be rescinded for fiscal policy or other reasons. It is for fiscal policy or other reasons that the Trump administration proposes to restrain these funding authorizations. Stay tuned for more. We'll be following these developments closely. I'm Merrick Masters. Here's a little bit about me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to talking with you again in the near future.